right, what's good, friends? Welcome back to another episode of Friends Like Mine. Happy Friends Day. I am Natalie.
Hey, friends. Hey, I'm Helen.
And this week, we are super, super lucky to have I'm going to say, this person has some really solid opinions, and his opinions are his opinions. Like, they're definite, right? And I appreciate that about him. So I'm glad we got him on. We're going to chat shit about a lot of different things. But this week, the guest is my brother-in-law, Matt. Matt, introduce yourselves.
Hey, guys, this is Matt. Happy to be here, man, and just chop it up with everybody.
All right, and Matt, I know I said you're my brother-in-law, but tell the people, like, how we know each other, maybe a little bit about what we connect on, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, first point, brother-in-law. Definitely cross that off the list. We have many things in common. We're just pretty chill, laid-back people. That's kind of like what hovers us together. We can kind of talk about anything. There's never, we have our competitive stuff, anybody like for sports and all that stuff. But we just have a great vibe with one another.
Yes.
And, there's never an upset moment, and it's just great. There's can't meet too many people like that.
No, and you know what I like about Matt is we share. We're on the same wavelength about a lot of things. Like, we could both sit back and peep game about shit, and Helen too, and be like, "Nah, this is fucked up." We got to talk about that. So I love that about Matt. I'm glad he's on the show, and it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have some real great conversations. Matt, first thing I got to ask you off rip: who's winning the Super Bowl?
Oh man,
Philly.
I'm a Niners fan, so I have to let people know that I am a diehard Niners fan. So
this is a hard choice for Matt.
Since the age of
since the age, I probably would say
out the womb.
Yeah, damn near out the womb. I mean, I caught the tail end of Joe Montana. Not going to try to age myself, but I was a real Steve Young fan. I went through the Jeff Garcia stages. I went through some bad times, man. But we good now. We up. We had a bad year because of injuries, but whatever.
Shit happens.
It does. So yeah, to me, especially with the Chiefs, we lost 2 Super Bowls recently to them. Fuck Mahomes, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I'm not a fan of Mahomes. I say this a lot. I'm not a fan of Mahomes. Let's not even talk about who he is as a person. I'm not a fan of his style of play. I'm never gonna sit here and say he's not talented, because clearly he's in a different class. But there's something about the way he throws the ball, that side throw, that just pisses me off. Because I'm like, it's only cool because it works for him. If it didn't work for him, they would call him a fucking clown all over the league. And this dude, I mean, they already make fun of it a lot, but I feel like that's the conversation. It was like, oh, Mahomes is goated. Mahomes. Cool. I think Jalen Hurts is on his, he's on his revenge arc right now. I'm all about it. Mm-hmm. I've said this a long time. I cheer for Philly when I don't cheer for New Orleans, right? I'm an NFC kid. So, and I would love to see Philly take a chip home this time around. I think it's the one for me personally. And yeah, fuck Mahomes. I don't like him as a person either, but that's separate, right? That's just a separate thing. What about you?
Philly.
Philly?
Yeah, I feel like they need to come back. They got cheated.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying. I mean, I hate both teams. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Shout out to Jamie.
Yeah, my boy Himes is a big Eagles fan. I mean, this is my dude, my right hand man. Like, that's my guy, and he's a big Eagles fan. So low key, I'm happy for him, but fuck him too, right at this point. I am rolling with Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
that is the only person I'm rooting for. I really hate the Eagles, but I will root for Philadelphia, Saquon Barkley's. That's what it is. Mahomes, I've as the years have progressed, I don't like his attitude. I don't like the looking for the calls, how the refs protect him. It's kind of crazy what he does. But I get it, man. Tom Brady got calls. I get the great ones get certain calls and refs protect them. It's just, I'm over it at this point.
Yeah, but let's dive into that a little bit, because that's a good conversation, right? That's a good question. Do the great ones get the calls because the media and the world at large has set them up to be a great, or do they get the calls because that's just their style of play? Like, you almost start to wonder what's influencing what. Like, in which direction is the pendulum tipping?
Yeah. I mean, great question. I think the great ones, in a sense, when you become the face of a league, you get protected at all costs, and we need to protect that. So Michael Jordan has gotten calls, and he's a great. LeBron James.
Don't get me started on
You know what I'm
LeBron.
saying? So, like, the great ones, Kobe gotten calls. It's just when you get to a certain stratosphere of being the type of player that they are, refs going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
You know what I feel like? And I said this to somebody just a few days ago. I said, I feel like LeBron and Patrick Mahomes are the flop kings in their respective leagues. Because I have seen LeBron do some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I can't respect you when you do that. Because why? I understand that strategically it makes sense. I don't know. Were you watching? I want to say it was the AFC Championship game, but I could be wrong. Troy Aikman called Mahomes out for slowing down intentionally, trying to get that roughing the passer play.
Yeah, so the divisional game against the Texans this year, he did the late slide. He did the late slide, which was crazy because I don't know what more you want defenders to do. And the defenders didn't even hit him. To me, you can't just run around like you're a running back and all of a sudden, decide I'm scared, I'm going to drop to the ground. Nah, that don't work in the league.
So it's this balance of like, are we making them famous? Are we setting them up to be who they are and handing them greatness by making it a little easier for them to achieve it? How much of that is talent? Again, I'll never stop hating the way Mahomes throw the balls. It's just stupid, like that little side throw.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of swagger to him that I don't get. Insane work ethic.
The little finger clap and all that joint, the little snap joint.
I can't. You gotta have some swag to you, but I don't. To me, what Patrick Mahomes possesses is a swagger. I'm not like this dude right here got style.
Nah, he's the ultimate dad bod. That's just 100. I mean, ain't nothing. He is nice. I don't want to take that away from him.
Sure,
the dude is nice. He is a problem. I think if he does get a 3P, it puts him in the realm and maybe the second best of all time. He might pass Joe Montana at that point.
He's GOAT talk.
There ain't no GOAT talk. That's crazy to me. All right, you could hate Tom Brady. That's 7 rings. The argument between Jordan and LeBron is about rings. Why are we switching it up? Tom Brady got 7 of them things, 2 different teams. And Tom Brady beat him on the head up to win the Super Bowl. That shit is dead.
It was a clinic.
Yeah. And it's not like Mahomes hasn't been outplayed, right? And again, look, I'm a Niners fan, but we didn't lose because of Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy brought them. We lost in overtime. You see what I'm saying?
Y'all had some shit calls too, though.
Oh, dude, we've had the past 2 Super Bowls, the holding calls that they don't call. Listen, man, people don't like to call this conspiracy theory with the refs, but you can go back and watch the tape. It is wild. I'm not saying that it's rigged or nothing like that. I'm just saying.
I'm the first one to say it's rigged.
They get away with more calls than anybody, and it's crazy. So,
who do you think is, and we'll get off football in a second, who's a team that you think has potential? It's like up and coming. The sleeper, maybe. Tell me why it's the Saints. Just kidding. I'm playing.
Nah.
Go Saints.
I think go Saints. I ain't gonna hate go Saints. I mean, clearly I think we got a glimpse of what the Commanders can be.
Yeah.
They hit a home run with Jaden Daniels, and I just think
Jaden Daniels
he's nice. I mean, he's nice. I like you again. I got to see it back-to-back years because we saw C.J. Stroud last year cook as a rookie. He wasn't the same dude this year. So you gotta see more of it. I think they need a solid number 2 receiver to go with McLaurin and give him some help. Or Ertz is a nice tight end, but a little older. You need to get some, a little younger there. But I mean, I can't hate. I'd probably say the Commanders are the next team. When you get a quarterback out of rookie deal, you could really, and he's nice.
Yeah.
You can build a whole roster off of that. You good for 5 years.
Jaden Daniels is either going to be really amazing. He's going to have us all with our jaws dropped in a year or 2.
Yeah.
Or he's going to be one of those people that has great potential and then flames out. Flames out.
I want to die. Aaron Hernandez.
No.
Yeah, but they play different positions. Aaron Hernandez had great potential. His personality fucked him up.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a slippery slope too.
Yeah, Hernandez, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we're in the New England area and we're from the New England area. Aaron Hernandez is nice. You take out the personality, you take out all that stuff out the door, and you talk about pure skill set. The dude was a tight end, could play receiver and running back.
Yeah.
Like that's unheard of. And be nice at all of it. Like
he'd probably be retired by now. had he stayed in the league.
Yeah,
But I think he could have been Kelsey. I think Kelsey wouldn't be in the conversation if
he'd have the potential. He'd have the potential to be one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game because you could move him around in different positions.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, does anybody else feel like January has been 400 years long? By the way, we're not. If you're listening to this podcast and expecting it to be any other way, just so you know, Happy Black History Month.
Yeah.
Happy Black History Month. We don't
fuck
straight
all
up, that man. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Black History Month should have been in January because that shit's long as fuck.
Yeah.
They want to give us 28 days. Well, they try to take it away, but whatever. It's cool though.
Yeah. Fucking wild. Every time I get on Instagram, I'm just holding my breath for whatever stupid shit I'm gonna find. I hate it. And again, if you're listening to this podcast, you're going, don't get political. Y'all in the wrong place, wrong episode, wrong podcast.
Yeah,
and that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah, I don't think we get political in a sense. We just talking about everyday life
because it impacts us all.
Yeah, that's real. Whatever way you swing, at the end of the day, you need to understand there's two sides to the story, right? I don't care if you vote this or vote that or whatever, man. Just do your research. That's all I ask of people is to do your research. That's it. And then be able to hold a civil conversation and be open to different aspects from everybody. That's all.
Yes. 100%. Back to January being 8 years long.
Yeah.
I feel like we lived through so many insane moments, right? Not even insane, but just culturally like crazy shit. For a lot of Latino people, it was a remarkable moment. Bad Bunny drops at the very beginning of the month. That's huge. It signified a cultural shift. The conversation that's being had about Puerto Rico and about the way that he did this rollout, it's marketing genius.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it enough on the podcast. I'm not going to bore y'all with that again. I'm just saying it was definitely a moment, right? You have the inauguration after that and people, because Bad Bunny, you have that 14-hour TikTok ban. Okay.
Cool. People losing their shit on that one.
I lost my shit. I was bored. And the one thing I'm thankful for every day is that I didn't delete TikTok the moment it stopped working.
Yeah.
Did you see how much they're selling phones for?
Yo, I heard it was something crazy.
Yeah.
You get $2,000 for your phone with TikTok on it.
That's wild.
More. There was one that was getting 10,000.
Yeah, I thought saying something like double.
I see you say $10,000 for TikTok, I'll punch you in your
way
shit.
people were feeding out there, I'm telling you, it looked like cocaine from the 80s. This shit was crazy.
Natalie and Jalen were on.
Yeah, Jalen's not here because, as y'all could predict, if anybody wants to hit the comments, where do you think Jalen's at?
I feel like she's at a concert somewhere.
No, she's out of the country.
Oh.
Jalen's in Puerto Rico.
Oh, man. Okay.
Matt's like, I should have known.
That's your second home.
Yeah, for real.
We miss you, Jalen. We'll see you on next week's recording. But
big ups to Jalen. You're lucky you're not here because me and you would have had a time.
She was low-key sad. She was missing it. She's like, oh, man. So you have Bad Bunny, TikTok. And I feel like when I came back, I was like, this feels weird. Like somebody was in your house and moved shit around, but you can't figure out what was moved. Does that make sense?
The keys were put somewhere else.
Yeah.
I got you.
I put them on the second hook. They're on the third. I wouldn't have done that. Then we roll right into the inauguration.
Oof.
Mine was all lesbian TikTok for whatever reason. I was like,
how did you end up on lesbian TikTok?
I ain't got TikTok, so this is different.
I feel like I tried Reels. In that 14-hour absence, I tried Reels, and people were like, if you mess with the algorithm enough, it can get pretty close to TikTok, if not exact. It didn't pan out for me, and I was like, this ain't it. Nothing I saw was like, oh, I haven't seen this before.
It's
so
like, almost like the Vine.
Yeah, I like Vine. Okay.
I mean, Vine. I remember Vine being a hit for a small period of time.
Yeah. Vine walked so that TikTok could run.
Got you.
Reels is like the weird cousin.
Okay. Let me ask you this though. I know we're trying not to go too left or too right or anything, but like, do you think, obviously, with everybody changing up all the social media platforms and TikTok is supposedly needs to be sold to like an American buyer, an American billionaire, let's call it what it is. Do you think it's going to change completely and follow suit to what Meta is and X and all that?
Here's the problem. I think that TikTok, in terms of relevancy, popularity, and importance in the cultural zeitgeist, I think that TikTok has already surpassed those platforms. And that's the problem, right? Because TikTok connects people on a global level that Facebook and Instagram can't quite do. Instagram is great, right?
Yeah.
But Instagram, to me, especially with the launch of Threads, and Threads is slow going, Instagram is on track to be the next iteration of Twitter. What once made Twitter great. Twitter is cooked. And a lot of people, obviously because of Elon, they're fleeing Twitter anyways. Like, it's just not the same space. I think Instagram becomes the new Twitter because the other thing is I find myself increasingly getting my news and the stuff I'm seeing via Instagram. News. No. I do not get
different
nudes.
In this
I'm
house,
married,
boy.
bro. Let me tell you, if I got nudes, Matt
Listen,
and I,
y'all ain't gonna get me in trouble. My sister-in-law's here, bro.
Matt and I live what?
It's funny
a quarter mile from each other.
You as his sister-in-law.
I said my sister's my brother-in-law.
I know.
Never you
mentioned me once.
Listen,
which I'm the real one.
We said it last episode when Axel was on. We're like, our girls happen to grow up together, but that's not. If y'all don't know it yet, if you don't know Helen or I, Helen's got a big ass family. There's just every time you turn around, there's more.
Yo, for real.
There's siblings upon siblings. So like, you know, you're probably like, you've had 2 brother-in-laws on, but you've had Helen has 3 sisters.
Yeah.
There's still more. So, and 2 brothers. So 3 sisters, 2 brothers. Like,
yo, they were the original Foot Clan from the Ninja Turtles. Literally, that's them.
Haters. I won't say anything bad, but they're just haters.
Sure. But we all will agree, being married to a Reyes girl, there's nothing like it.
It ain't for everybody.
That's you gotta be a special type of person.
Yeah.
For us to choose you.
That's it.
Yeah. Straight up. They're like the Mario levels. You know what I'm saying? Or like, there's like, we still trying to figure out who the final boss is because they all get close to the final boss, shit. Bro.
I just imagine Helen being the level where you're trying to jump in the lava slowly. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, Instagram for me is a source of news and viable information, not because everything that's on Instagram is valid. You have to learn to check your resources and be diligent in that before you go taking it as Bible. But majority of my news comes from Instagram. Instagram has Threads now, so there's where the Twitter comparison comes in. Facebook.
It's going to be another MySpace.
Yes. Facebook is in the MySpace phase of its life. It's ready to head to the assisted living. I'm not wrong. Damn. You don't get on Facebook to get your shit like I used to.
Yo, for real.
But what I'm saying is, think about it.
Facebook's like, you nincompoop. You blockhead.
Get out of my yard. But let's be real, Matt. How often are you on Facebook updating shit like that?
Not.
You know Matt? If you know Matt, he ain't really active on the post like that. But you catch him in the DMs sending that shit, that funny shit back and forth.
Only DMs to us.
Yes, I do definitely.
His DMs are not open.
I DM to the family. You know, everybody in the family kind of knows what I stand in all topics. Put it that way.
Everything, bro.
If I do make a post on Instagram, is because I mean something, or
he's resharing chili stuff.
Yeah, I gotta hit the quota that I got a family out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my baby mama.
Hey,
I can't call her baby mama. She's my wife.
You know she's a guest in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I heard. She let me know.
She's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, she let me know.
I'm already planning. We gotta have red wine, and I feel like charcuterie. That should be her meal.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you dress it up real nice for her.
Matt, give the shout out. You don't come to friends like mine hungry.
No, you gotta take it up. I'm very blessed because obviously Natalie and Helen, they're both my sister-in-laws. They cook very, very, very good.
Thank you.
It ain't a miss. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? And I am definitely that brother-in-law. If there's leftovers,
Matt's like, that's crazy.
Put that in a plate for me.
Matt, how far do we live from each other, Matt?
Oh man. 2 minutes, 3 minutes max. That's less actually, quarter mile, if that.
I joked that I could put my car in neutral and get home from your house.
You could.
I probably could.
Because you get the downhill. Yeah, you get the downhill. So you could. Yeah, you definitely could.
We've had some good nights because of how close we went to each other.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of times where Matt and Lourdes are on their way home from a function. If the lights are on, it's a wrap.
It's game time. It's game time. Yeah, I definitely listen. I pulled up here. I've definitely pulled up late night. Hello, babe, they're up. No, they're not. But it makes it dope because I'm big on family. Like Helen, I do have a massive family as well. Mine's more in the extended kind. I was raised with a lot of cousins who were equally to being my brothers and sisters, and I do have my own sister. But family,
Shout out Chantel.
yeah, shout out Chantel, man. We're big in that, so I understand the aspect of what they go through. How they want to be with each other. So I appreciate that. It makes me feel more at home. So it's dope. I'll tell you, I'm probably the worst kind of friend you might want to have in a sense because I don't do that. I'm old school. My dad raised me old school. I don't do that. I'm calling and pulling up. No, I'm pulling up straight up. Like, ain't no call, ain't no nothing. If you're not home, if you're not home, it's cool. No big deal to me. I ain't giving you a heads up.
Well, come through.
Yeah, I'm pulling up.
And if you're home and you don't want him, just don't answer.
That's it.
Somebody's gonna answer.
Hilarious.
Somebody gonna answer.
It's probably gonna be me.
Yeah. Somebody gonna answer.
Talking about a little bit of everything. You watch that show, Weeds?
Yes, I've watched the show a long time ago. We were big into Weeds, man. California. When I was living in California, Weeds was popping. So this is like 2010s.
I think Weeds ran from 2005 to 2013. If y'all haven't watched it, I'm gonna give you a quick premise, but I'm gonna tell you, watch with caution, and we're gonna know why. Weeds, the premise is you got a upper middle class, I'd say, maybe borderline wealthy, suburban housewife in California, stay-at-home mom, lives in a real gated residential, drives a Range Rover. In fact, they kind of make fun of the cookie-cutter nature of her existence.
Life is good.
Husband drops dead jogging one morning. Apparently didn't have any, not that they were broke, but he hadn't put life insurance or anything like that in place. So she, in an effort to keep her lifestyle up, she chooses to sell weed. And this is a show that started when weed was illegal. So it was still, she's selling weed. It was still secret. And it's just the ins and outs of her life and how fucking far down the rabbit hole and how crazy shit gets out of a necessity. And that whole premise has like a crazy impact on our life. Great show, except I was watching it the other day, man, and they were saying some sideways shit. And it got me to thinking, because I don't know if y'all have noticed, do you ever go back and watch old movies, old TV shows, and you're like, that shit would never fly today. Those jokes could never go. And you almost feel bad for laughing because you're like, I shouldn't find this funny. Back in the day, I would have cracked up at this, but now it makes me feel weird, or it makes me feel icky because I know that it's not something that should be funny, or I've become more culturally aware. Shows like that would have been canceled today. And I feel like cancel is such a buzzword in our culture. To a degree, like, there are people that need to be canceled, in my opinion, people that you got to be like, fuck them, and you have to do it in a big way. So cancel culture is relevant and necessary at that point. But then I feel like you get people who are canceled, rightfully so, but years pass and maybe they've done the work, or they've learned from their mistakes. Again, I'm not saying it's justified, but they're not the person that did that. And they never come back from that because culturally, we're all still focused on, you're canceled. We don't even want to listen to you because you're canceled. Millions of times when I've been in Instagram video, TikTok, comments on videos or things that happen, or that person will pop up in an interview and you'll see in the comments, is such and such still canceled? Are we still canceling such and such? And I'm like, the fact that we can flip it on and on like a light switch seems crazy to me. I feel like cancel culture is wild. Like, I don't know if there's anything that you've gone back and watched that y'all have been like, fuck, it's not as funny, or it's more fucked up than I realized. Like, is there anything that sticks out to you that you're like, fuck? Because for me, I watch Weeds and I'm almost like, damn, it's hard to enjoy the show because I know that like the stuff they're saying is fucked. Even The Sopranos.
Sopranos was wild, and I just watched Sopranos because
is that your first time?
It was my first time watching it. And I was like, this is kind of wild.
Sopranos is good enough that it could be on par with getting a yearly rewatch. Like, I have shows that I'll watch all the way through once a year because I like them. I'm doing that with Parks and Rec right now. I love that show. I thought Parks and Rec being a newer show, because I think it went off air in like 2016. There was some episodes where I'm like, oh, we're doing this?
Even like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. The humor of Saturday Night Live versus
I think they're about to hit their 50 mark, right?
They are.
Yeah,
so
right?
you watch, if you got a Samsung TV, you get those free cable channels.
Yeah.
There's one that's 24 hours Saturday Night Live. Not whole episodes. They'll play like clips. And they start each clip with the name of the clip and the year it aired. And you'll bounce from like 2022 to a clip from 1987. And you're listening to it and you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of crazy, right? Because now you see it in like Disney movies. And they give you the warning, right? Like, yo, back in this time, we did this for this purpose, and there's an explanation. So I think at least some companies are being conscientious of like, yo, we did some wild shit, right?
That.
And there's not wrong with that.
I'm particularly fond of when they do it when they know they fucked up cultural references. Because, but let's use Pocahontas as an example.
Yeah.
Even when they were trying to present the message of you can't judge people without knowing them, that's the whole message, right? They still got it kind of fucked up. Right? The way they approach it, I feel like the way they paint the whole situation, they still make it rose-colored. And it historically, it wasn't that pleasant.
No, hell no. Why? I even know why you do Pocahontas too. She's with another dude. What the hell?
Fuck. Like, when I watched this as a kid, I'm like, I love this. This is so great. And then I got older and I'm like, this is fucked up.
Yeah, colors of the wind, my ass.
Networks feel like they have to respond and be performative in their apologies because they know that cancel culture is so fucking real right now.
Yeah.
Like, Disney knows if they don't put a trigger warning before the movie, it's going to be a thing. And then everything's going to be examined. And they're the subject of TikToks for months and months on end. And think pieces. Would they really do that unless they felt pressure from society to respond in that way? Do we really genuinely think Disney's like, we made this thing and it wasn't right? Like,
oh no, that's coming because of dollar signs. Dollars are getting messed with.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could tell me a million different things. This is coming because y'all have to. And in that sense, we're like, great. We harness cancel culture to make them publicly recognize something. Whether they believe that or not, we'll never know, or we know.
Yeah.
But we harness cancel culture in that way. Now, at what point does it become dangerous? Like, at what point are we doing too much?
Yeah.
Are we not using it for good?
Yeah, I think there's like a real fine line when it comes to that, right? So I do believe in cancel culture. I think if it's used in the right manner, it does its job. Your whole point is to bring social awareness to a particular topic, right? I want it used in the right way. If you do some fuckery shit or some dumb shit, you should be outed. I think I get nervous in the sense because people do make mistakes, and you should have an opportunity to come back from a mistake, depending on the mistake. There's levels to it, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, forgive everybody. Hell no. But I think depending on what it is, you should have an opportunity to redeem yourself. Now, me personally, I don't want to take food out of somebody's mouth, so I don't like when people get fired. That's just me. I do think you need to be conscientious of how you act because you're putting yourself out.
So it's good and bad.
It's good and bad. I don't like the taking the food out of your mouth aspect.
100%.
But you do some dumb shit, you might have deserved that one.
That's where my guilt comes in because I'm like, damn, am I impacting them by not supporting them? But then I'm also like, I work so hard for my money. I'm not just going to give it to whoever and support or patronize somebody who ultimately could give a fuck less about me.
Yeah.
Because for every one of me that might stop, there's a million others who feed into that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays you cancel somebody and the side of people who are on their side of it, they come back a million times stronger. And it's not even about what the person did anymore. It becomes about which side of the public's outcry is louder.
But I think that's the day and age we live in. It's pick a side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's the reality we live in, right? It's pick a side. That's where we've come to this point where we are is like, you're either here or there. And it's unfortunate where back in the day, you could be like, bro, you fucked up. Like, you wrong. And for you to think the way you think, yeah, cool, freedom of speech, freedom of your thought, right? I think people fail to realize now is, even though you have freedom of speech, there's consequences, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know I don't know how good that freedom of speech feels at that point.
It's the trade-off.
You see what I'm saying?
And I feel like celebrities are getting so sick of cancel culture that at this point they're like, how much am I willing to lose to be able to say whatever the fuck I want to say? How much is it worth to me? Maybe they've said one or two things and the cultural frequency is so ever constantly changing that what gets you canceled today, hey, don't worry, because there's this whole other group of fucked up people who think just like you that will make you 1,000 times more popular for being controversial.
Yeah.
Cancel culture is such a wild thing because you have such extremes at this point. People can get canceled for something minor. People can get canceled for something major. And there's no aligned timeline to forgiveness, right? Sometimes the people who fuck up, again, I'm not diminishing anybody's experience. 100% clear. I am the first one to be like, fuck those people. Those people will do some shit like be racist, be openly homophobic, be openly transphobic, xenophobic, whatever you want to say. Be any of those things, which are massive, massive fuck-ups. And the public will forgive them, or the amount of shitty people who support them will so quickly outnumber that it becomes nothing but a news clip in a month or two. And they're right back on their bullshit.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody who does something maybe that comparatively is a smaller offense or socially is not as bad, like it truly came from a place of misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Those people never come out of it.
But I think it also depends on how far you are,
on the hierarchy?
On the hierarchy.
I feel like it's how hateable you are. I don't think, because there are people that you can just look at them and you're like, that's a hateable person. I'm canceling them. Or you could look at somebody who's like, they're super likable and I'm never going to cancel them. Or like, I can find a reason. But Patrick Mahomes is a great example of that. There are people who absolutely love Patrick Mahomes and him and his wife can do no wrong. There are people that absolutely hate Patrick Mahomes. So if Patrick Mahomes doesn't respond to a tweet in the way that he's expected to, or doesn't voice his opinion on an issue quickly enough or passionately enough, then it's, oh, fuck him because he clearly made a choice, right? Drew a line in the sand. Where the amount of people that will come out and go, we love him because he's taking a stand for what is right for him, far outnumbers that.
There's that picture of a guy from that he used to be in the 49ers.
Colin Kaepernick.
So he's, and then there's
my
on the
guy
other side
Colin
is
Elon.
So they're like,
people
what
cool
was
with
the difference?
Yeah, people cool with taking the Nazi salute. I don't give a damn. You call it whatever y'all want. My heart to you, my ass. It's a Nazi salute. You're cool with that, but you're mad at someone taking a knee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And someone who took a knee, who had a conversation with a Green Beret to say, what's the best way to protest how I feel in regards to this? And everybody talks about veterans this, veterans that. He literally went to a Green Beret and was like, what's the best way? And he said, this would be the best way, is to take a knee. Got that advice from a Green Beret. And there's a problem with that. He's been blackballed. Colin Kaepernick could have been playing for the last, God knows, 5-6 years, whatever. He's how long he's been out. And you couldn't tell me this. 64 quarterbacks. That's including the starters and the backups better than him. So it's just the way the world runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But it becomes a question of why, right? Is it because Colin was and I'm putting, y'all can't see me, big ass air quotes around this. Colin's the militant black man?
Yeah.
Like, is Patrick Mahomes more palatable societally?
Well, that's why I was talking. I mean, when I said hierarchy, I wasn't really talking about how far or how famous they are. I was more or less talking about,
I think,
the invisible. You're not saying there's actually the implied hierarchy.
Yeah.
You got to look at it. Whether people want to accept it or not, it deals with some sort of racism. He doesn't have the black afro, Colin Kaepernick. He's not standing against brutal, law enforcement brutality or whatever. He's just, I'm staying in the middle. And he clearly doesn't voice his opinion on certain things. He likes to, I keep to myself on how I want to vote. It just lets you know where you stand on certain things. Yeah. And it's just, whether people want to accept that or not, that's on you. If you have an issue with something, especially in terms of the black culture or the brown culture or anything like that, you will voice your opinion. You have a certain feeling that is engraved in you. because you grew up in this certain culture, and when something seems wrong, we voice that opinion.
Like all the master protections
When you
that are going on.
start keeping it PC, you can't lie to anybody. You just show where you stand. Even though you didn't say I vote this way or vote that, you saying nothing to us says everything.
In Spanish, we have a saying, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. So it's like, tell me who you're with and I'll tell you who you are, right? When he stands with no one, he's able to claim anyone. The 49ers had a little bit of that political controversy because you had, who was it, Nick Bosa?
Nick Bosa. He's a clown. Love him. Clown. Dummy. Great football player. I would not trade him for anything. He's a clown. You want to go on camera with your MAGA hat, you know you start. The country's already divided.
Yeah.
It's like you going to your workplace. You know certain people stand in certain lines in your workplace. Mm-hmm. Whether you're on a football, professional athlete, your team is a workplace. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's plenty of guys that might side with him, and I'm sure there's plenty of guys that look at him like, yo, you crazy. And even if you look in that interview where Nick Bosa came out with Brock Purdy and Kittle, they looked at him crazy.
The fuck are you doing?
Fuck are you doing?
You know better.
And hence why that press conference after, he looked like a fool and didn't even want to talk about it. Because you know what happened? Dudes pulled him in the locker room. What the fuck are you doing? Mm-hmm. I don't care who you vote. There's a time and place, right? I don't care what you do.
But again, I expected more of a reaction from people. I feel like when the news tilted, the spin was, he's a hero for standing up for his rights. He took that fine like a G. And I'm like, the dude's a clown. I use the same word. That's stupid. Mm-hmm. It's selfish. And it shows that he really doesn't have the self-control that a well-developed and mature player has, right? There may come a time when he's up for a trade. And at that point, you got to say, is he damaged goods? Does he have a behavior problem? And that could go, listen.
Is he worth the circus?
It would have been the same shit, I'm sure, or it would have been a far greater outcry if he had walked out with a Biden-Harris hat. Let me make it clear. It's not about the side he chose. It's about the fact, to Matt's end, that he took a stance. So you start to wonder, like, again, he took that gamble and it didn't harm him.
No.
What is to say that he won't start doing shit like that all the time? Harrison Butker. Mm-hmm. Is another one. He said
tripping
off the wall shit.
Tripping.
Off the wall shit about women, about gay people. Mm-hmm. It was a thing for a few days at most, and he is status quo. He wasn't blackballed. He wasn't pushed out of the league.
But you gotta remember where they're at.
Kansas City. I mean, yeah, sure.
You're in the Bible Belt.
Mm-hmm. You think Andy Reid tolerates shit like that? Do you think Andy Reid had a conversation with him?
I think Andy probably pulled him to be like, yo, listen, you can vote, you do what you want. Don't bring us all in. And I think any good coach would be like, cool, whatever way you want to go, there's a place for that. It ain't here. But that's why I say, once they got in that locker room, that shit changed up because he was real quiet and humble when it came to his press conference after. If you go watch it.
I didn't watch that.
If you watch his press conference, he didn't want to talk about it.
They asked him about it.
They asked him about it. He didn't want to talk about it.
What did he say?
He said, yeah, we're going to no comment. We're going to move on to the next question. So that means someone got in his ass.
You think you look at your teammate differently from then on?
Absolutely. I think, well, he's made it clear from when he was drafted. So I think the guys knew, like I know people. Right? And I know where they stand on certain things. We all do, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? But I know what to expect out of you. Right?
It's fair.
So in my mind, I feel like I know how to like handle people like that or manage people like that in a sense, in terms of relationships. Like I try not to hate you unless you give me a reason. It takes a lot for me to like be like, nah, I'm good with you. But I can manage that.
This might sound toxic, I guess.
Sign me up. Toxic.
I feel like an effective method for me to send a message, because I am a non-confrontational person. I tend to be too fucking nice. And I freely admit that. Shout out to therapy. I'm working on it. An effective message for me, I ice people out. There's no confrontation. There's no nothing. I like to say, I put you in timeout. Right? Okay. And it.
Like cold turkey, cold shoulder, like that.
Yeah, but normally that person is probably already avoiding the conversation.
Does Helen get iced out sometimes?
No.
Oh, you lukewarm.
We bicker a lot. Everybody knows we do. We're that, but it's because we're very much the same person in different shells.
Yeah. Well, she's a Reyes too.
We're two sides of the same coin. Like we just handle things. I feel like I haven't had to ice out anybody here. Right? There's people I've iced out, and it's been a thing of like I'm not reaching out to you, and you not reaching out to me.
But I feel that's easy with certain scenarios, right?
Sure.
So what if you can't ice out completely? You just don't like certain opinions.
Well, then I'm not icing you out.
Just manage it. All right. Okay, I got you.
There are, and I have said this before, there are certain relationships. Let's put it in terms of canceling. There are certain people I just can't cancel. It really depends on your proximity to me emotionally, not physically. It's what is my proximity to you emotionally right now? Mm-hmm. And what are the unintended consequences of my decisions in that realm, right? So like I said, it's never been anybody here because like, first of all, I care about y'all, everybody, way too much to do that. I have done it to people before and feel like they've never said anything to me, but I feel like they know and they understand why, and they maybe know they fucked up, but they've consciously decided that it's too late. So it's not worth trying to mend that.
Okay.
Right? And I feel like we all do that a lot. We're like, fuck it, they're mad, I'm mad too. And then both people just stay mad until something crazy happens.
Yeah.
I learned that lesson the hard way this year.
Okay.
The hard way. But I learned that lesson the hard way this year. Life really smacked me in my shit and was like, hey, check this out. You wanted something crazy to happen? You needed to be woken up? Here's your wake-up call. And like,
you want that smoke?
It's been very few people, but there's certain relationships you just have to maintain. You're going to disagree with that person. And you learn different coping mechanisms. You know, I might say my piece back and then I'm just going to be like, give you space to cool down. I have plenty of people like that in my life right now because opinions are so incredibly strong at the moment. And I am very, 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 very stuck in my convictions right now. I'm entering a season in my life where because of the hard lessons I've learned, I am not going to back down from expressing how I feel because we're in a storm of erasure.
But you just said that you weren't confrontational.
I'm not confrontational, but I'm also not going to not express how I feel. There's a difference between confrontation and, like, if you want to rhyme it, proclamation, right? I will forever proclaim my side of the table. I will tell you exactly where I stand. I will make that absolutely crystal fucking clear. How you choose to respond to that is entirely on you. Yeah. Because we can just not talk about it and cool. You can express how you feel and cool. I might tell you why I think you're wrong, but I'm done trying to convince people to choose a side because that happened already.
But this is why I love you now, because you're nice. You literally go back to you being nice. And I respect that.
Probably.
I respect that. You really think before you make your move.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Yeah, no, see, I'm all for the smoke. Well, yeah, once you open the door, this is what I say. This is what I mean by, like, there's consequences. Once you open the door, don't be mad about what comes out after it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you. I think you have every right to voice your opinion. Once someone opens that door, it's not like I'm going to go out there and wear a t-shirt, sign this, no. But if we're going to have a conversation, be ready for that conversation. Don't just wing it. Not with me. Because you better have some facts. You better have some stuff laid out for me. Yeah. I've been in your shoes in the sense where it's crazy because I've actually cut off a cousin of mine who we were cool, man. And just because of his stance on certain things, I've actually, and it's been a long time coming in the sense that I kept it going in conversations on things that were sent to me and all that stuff. And, you know, Lourdes, my wife, was like, yo, just cut him off. I didn't want to give the satisfaction of blocking you.
Yeah. Damn, blocked.
Like, yeah, I blocked someone for the first time in my life.
Does that feel like a punch to the chest a little bit?
In a sense, it hurts me in a sense because I feel like it's almost like I'm somewhat defeated.
Yeah.
I don't want to give you the satisfactions. I feel like you think you're winning by me blocking you. But it came to a point where I'm like, where if I see him, I'm ready to.
It's on site.
On site.
Shit.
And I'm too old to do that. I'm 40. Like, there's no need.
Not to check the birth certificate.
Yo, when I met Matt, you couldn't have told me that he was Cape Verdean. Not that like I ignorantly didn't know anything about Cape Verdean culture. It's a beautiful culture.
Mm-hmm.
Love what I've learned about it. The music is phenomenal. The food, and the people are fantastic. What a warm and friendly group of people, Cape Verdean. Shout out to y'all. You couldn't have told me Matt wasn't Puerto Rican. He had to be from Carolina. Like, what do you mean?
He's Raul Alejandro.
He's Raul Alejandro's cousin. If you look at Matt,
we're probably the same. I got more muscle than Raul. We ain't gonna do that. Yeah, we gotta chill out. I got more muscle than him.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But like, you couldn't have told me Matt wasn't Puerto Rican. I think I remember asking Helen. I'm like, what do you mean? Are you sure?
Yeah.
He's not Puerto Rican, or maybe I asked Lourdes, but I was just like, he looks Puerto Rican.
I've gotten it all.
I got cousins that look like Matt.
Yeah, I've gotten it all. I've gotten the Colombian, Puerto Rican. I've gotten so many different things. So geographic history is we are islands off the coast of Africa. We were colonized by Portugal. So essentially we were a slave port. And so the slaves that had to come to America was actually they went through Cape Verde. So that's how we came to be. So we are mixed. You can probably mix us with the predominantly Portuguese, but the French. Mm-hmm. You get a little bit of Italian, a little bit of Spanish, Dutch for sure. Definitely come in all shades and sizes. I can tell you that. But yeah, I'm very proud of my culture, man. I think as everybody should be proud of their culture. I'm proud of mine. I am not who I am without being Cape Verdean, man. I love my country. America is where I was born. I am first generation, but I speak Cape Verdean. I'm fluent. I was raised in it. I am as much as a Cape Verdean than the dude that lives over there and born there. I promise you that. And the crazy part is I speak old school Creole. So I probably sound like a lot of the younger generation's grandparents.
But I love how culturally appropriate that is. Like your parents.
Yeah. I mean, they made sure we knew what we are, man, and I'm super proud of that. And the crazy thing is when you appreciate your own culture and you love that culture, you can learn to appreciate other cultures that you come into contact. So
you're more open.
Yeah, I'm super open. Yeah, absolutely. Like obviously Ellen's my sister-in-law, and they're from in the Guatemalan side. My wife's Guatemalan, and I've been to Guatemala, man. Let me tell you, man.
That was a trip.
I'm El Mateo. I speak my Spanish to get by. I try to get by and whatever. I try to. I can just get by and all that stuff. But I think I appreciate. I respect it so much that I try to speak the language.
That's beautiful.
To show that that I appreciate it, and that's why I do it. So,
love it.
Big shout out to Guatemala and Cape Verde, man. Big, and Puerto Rico too. That's the next joint. Yeah, I got to go to Puerto Rico, man. I might act up.
I grew up with a mom who will probably tell you it was to get me out of her hair. She sent me to Puerto Rico every summer with my grandma.
I wish.
For months. And like that shaped a lot of my experiences because I felt more connected to my culture, even though I'm first generation. Like both my parents were born and raised in Puerto Rico. So Latino culture, probably Cape Verdean culture is very vastly conservative.
Yeah.
In droves. It's a religious thing. It's a cultural thing. It's a generational thing. Yeah. But what I'm finding is our parents' generation, my mom's probably a little bit older than your parents, I think, but it's similar.
Yeah.
Right?
They're in the same pocket.
Yep. Yeah. They have shifted. And they're starting to be like, oh, wait, every time something happens.
Big shout out to my boo, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Big shout out to my boo.
Shout out Lourdes.
Yeah.
El Bap.
Yeah. She definitely helped mold me to who I am today. And that's the whole point of the whole marriage thing, is to help each other make, become better in this world. So
shout out.
Yeah.
Chili's never getting canceled.
Man, I tried canceling her so many times. All the nice shit I just done said out the window. Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm here.
This is it.
Ain't nothing messing up, bro. I do. I love my wife. This is who I want to be with, through the good, through the bad. There's been times we want to wring each other's neck. I still know we do have a rule. I don't care how mad we are. We go to bed together. That is our rule. I don't care if you want to give me your ass cheeks and give me the cold shoulder. That's fine. I ain't got no problem. We gonna lay in that bed together. That is the rule.
I think Helen's been applying that. Helen is more graceful at that than I am. because I'll go to bed mad and I'll turn my back and it's not even a good night. Like I am probably that's again.
Let me ask you this though: how long you mad for though?
Never long.
Never long.
Helen and I have.
So you guys are good. You don't have the grudge.
No. Helen and I have had blowouts, and probably the longest where we've not. It's not even that we're not talking to each other, but we're not in a good space. I think maybe the longest that we've been in a really bad space is like 2 days.
Yeah, Lotus is very similar to that. She can go 3-4 days. I'll hit that 3-4. I'm over it. I've been over it after the next day.
But at that 3-4 day marker, you're like, yo, talk to me.
I'm definitely not talking to me. I'm like, yo, cut the bullshit, yo, girl. Stop playing. Yeah, what we doing here? Cut it out.
I'll get in bed, and she's going to hate me for saying this, but I'll get in bed, and her thing is hug me. Say, hug me. I don't care if you're mad, just hug me, or I don't care if we're mad at each other, just hug me. Yeah. And that's the thing she's been doing for like 1 or 2 years now, and it works. Because I'm never going to be like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, ain't nobody turning that down.
Fuck you. You know?
Let me ask you this, though.
I'll be mad.
How long you cuddle for, though? What's your time limit?
It depends on the night. Because sometimes we fall asleep cuddled, and I wake up at like 4 a.m. and my arms are sleeping. I'm like, all right, girl.
You different. I ain't at that point.
Our problem is our bed is up against the floorboards that heat. And because our room is the first
gets
piece
hot?
of the
You or her?
Oh my! Our whole room gets hot.
Okay.
Yeah, but our
like
room,
who's the hot one? Oh, so you okay? So you're like your sister.
Good.
Yeah,
she's good. But if we have the heat up, if it's a super cold night, our room itself will get to like 82 degrees, even though the house is set to 69. Like
y'all are tripping.
And I can't do that.
82?
But it's nothing we can do. Like the thermostat is set to...
No, not the whole...
No, just our bedroom.
Just our room.
Bro, I'm fighting somebody.
Our room is the first room in the zone, so it gets all the heat and then it distributes.
Gotcha.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Terrible. So it's minimal. Now, if I don't have the heat cranked up or if we fell asleep with the door open, sometimes it's like I wake up the next morning and we're still hugged up. Rare, but it happens.
Yo, Lotus is getting 5 minutes of these arms.
That's it?
Bro, that's it.
You got Popeye arms though, Matt. You out here with...
I'm pretty sure she loves for me to hug her longer.
Yeah, she the cuddly one?
She loves to be cuddled.
Oh.
Yeah, she wants me to hug her.
She's in her soft girl
But then
era.
she'll cut me off because then she gets hot too. Yo, she's hot. Like, so I'm a warm body, so she loves to like lay up on me because I generate all this. Yeah, I'm a furnace.
Let me ask you, does she stick her cold ass feet on you?
Hell yeah, man.
Brother, I'm like, can you
bro.
not? Yo, I get it.
Yeah, she put her cold ass hands.
She'd be like, you're so warm, and I'm like, yo.
Sometimes I feel like Chili goes to bed. It's like a fucking morgue. It's fucking cold everywhere.
How the fuck did you get so icy?
Dude, it's just crazy to me.
So, Matt, you used to sell cell phones back in the day, right?
Man, this is definitely early 2000s. So I started off Emerald Mall. Shout out to Emerald Mall.
Hey, an icon.
Yeah, staple. Man, we were selling. I used to think it were mobile solutions.
Now, were you the sidekick era?
I was in the sidekick era. Yeah.
I know you made dough.
Oh, dude.
I know you made dough.
I was Nextels. I had every Nextel. I mean, the little bloop, bloop. I mean, yo,
you had a razor.
I had a razor when it first came out. I had the sidekicks. I had all the sidekicks. Shout out to AOL and AIM. Ooh. Y'all don't even know that. Did
you ever have a BlackBerry? Because BBM
I had BlackBerry Pearl.
BBM was popping.
Yeah, BlackBerry Pearl.
Yep. I used to have it in the gold,
the
Ross gold.
Dude,
Rose gold.
I mean, at that time, money was being made at a young age out of like just sheer stupidity. I didn't know how to act. I did not know how to act, man. And I had a 2002 Chrysler Concorde.
Oh shit!
I used to call that shit the Batmobile. Air Force Ones. A bunch of football and basketball jerseys. Throwbacks. I mean, we come from the era, the throwback joints. I come from that era. I mean,
he's old, guys.
I did have braids for a whole 2-3 days, maybe.
Oh shit!
Yeah, just for shits and giggles. And my mom was like, "Hell no." My mom was like, "You tripping?"
You know what's crazy? This is how you know that we're scared of our parents. Yeah. I have been kicked out / moved out, whatever. I was officially on my own. My parents had said, "Get the fuck out."
Yeah.
Right? I pierced my tongue in my biggest act of rebellion, and I had to come back home for like 2 or 3 days. I had to do something.
Yeah.
And my mom saw me, and she was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I want my tongue pierced. I think I'm so cool." Mm-hmm. Freshly 18. I was like, I signed the paper myself. I paid for it.
Yeah.
Fuck. And my mom was like, "What'd you pay for it?" And I was like, $60. She's like, "I give you $120 right now to take that shit out." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "I give you $120 to take that shit out right now." And do you know I took that shit out?
Damn.
And I'm like, bro, like I had just done it. I had it
got
for like
bought out.
days. I was like, because I was like, what happens if I don't? She was like, you will take it out. I'm offering you the nice way. I didn't even live at home anymore, man. How did I let that happen?
That's
That was
just crazy.
But that was an era. That was an era.
You should have seen my mom.
Oh
the
my
day
God.
that she saw my tattoos.
Oh, I know.
The tattoos always get you.
Yeah.
We talked about it because Helen's tatted. People don't realize Helen's inked up, but
I was tatted at 18.
Tatted.
My first tattoo was at 18. I came home. My mom didn't talk to me for a month.
How are you feeling?
Oh man,
Matt was leaning up against the wall crying.
Yeah, my mom didn't talk to me like.
Yeah, you're lucky it wasn't longer.
Yeah, she didn't say one word to me.
Shout out to Matt's mom. I won't say her name, but shout out to Matt's mom. What a lovely human.
Mom Dukes, man.
Both his parents.
Dukes. Yeah, my pops is cool.
But his mom is.
Nanny B is something else.
Yeah, my dad is a special breed.
Yeah, it's just funny. So we met back in the Metro PCS days, and Helen was the only person I know show up to work in khaki slacks, a little Metro PCS polo, and some heels. What do you think of the new Bruno Mars song? Because it's controversial.
Yo, my boy's gonna get out of debt.
Yeah, he is.
My boy's
you think he
gonna
really
get
owes
out
a
of
casino?
debt.
I do.
Nah, yeah, he probably does. That dude definitely owes most. He owes some.
I feel like he likes to ski, if you know what I mean.
He owes some cocaine money for sure.
Yeah.
I do like the song, actually. I think it's a hit. I think you can play that at the club. I think you can play that at the strip club. I think you can just have fun with it. I think you can play at the pool party.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? When it's just adults only. But,
Gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? I think you're good.
Aww.
I might think it's a hit. I definitely think it's a hit.
I like it. I texted your wife about it because she's a Bruno. Y'all are Bruno fans.
Yes, yeah.
The Bruno household is real.
Yeah.
Bruno Baptista.
Straight up. My kids love Bruno.
Yeah, they do.
They sure do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So I texted. I was like,
they ain't hear this new song yet, though.
I texted. I'm like, you heard the new Bruno? Because I was expecting that she would have dropped it. She was like, yeah, I dropped right away.
Yeah.
She texted me back. She goes, not a fan. I was like, I get it. It's not for everybody. I like it.
I think
I'm singing it a lot.
So you gotta understand, like, obviously Lourdes' personality is coming into play. She's not into the whole raunchy stuff, right? That's just my wife. She's not into the whole raunchy.
Good for her.
That's her thing. But me, man, sign me up. That's a hell of a song. That's a hell of a song.
It's got that West Coast vibe to it.
Yeah, I think he home run.
And the video, the visuals are dope. Yeah. He got the red overalls. I like that. Yeah. I would. So tragically, fashion-wise, I would love to be able to rock a pair of overalls. I think like there's looks with overalls right now that are you
doing like the 2-strap or the 1-strap?
No, 1-strap with a hoodie underneath.
Because that's big. The 1-strap is.
But it's gotta be the Carhartt bibs now.
Okay.
The Carhartt joints go hard with a hoodie underneath and the right kicks.
Yeah. And
a good, I would say, for me personally, I know you're particular about your hats.
Yeah.
But for a good vintage snapback or crazy colorway snapback. That's a vibe. That's a whole situation. That's a whole setup. Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely rocking a 1-strap with some Timbs.
Yeah, see, that's a look.
I gotta do the Timbs.
Shout out to Timbs.
Yeah.
I see you got Uggs on today.
I am, man. I'm bougie right now, bro. I'm real bougie.
That's a dad shoe.
Yeah,
that's the dad Tim.
My sister got me these joints a couple Christmases ago. I probably won them twice.
They're in pristine shape.
I like them. So.
Are they warm? I feel like they'd be too hot for me.
Yeah, they hot. I ain't gonna hold you.
Because the inside's like Sherpa.
Yeah, my feet are cooking. I got socks on though. I ain't those dudes. I got socks on.
Yeah. I've come to an age where I don't want to dress my age, admittedly, because I feel like number one, as a masked lesbian, if I dress quote my age at this point, I look like Justin Bieber going through a midlife crisis. I'm sorry. I just feel like that's what it is. So I really try and dress a little younger. And I saw a video on TikTok to that effect of a stud lesbian, because she was a person of color, being like, I don't think that it makes sense fashion wise for masculine lesbians or masculine presenting lesbians to dress their age, because I think that it makes them look a certain way. Like, it's not the message you're trying to go for. Whereas if you're always dressing just a little bit younger, it works out. Now, I'm not the most fashionable person on earth. I get by.
Yeah.
I love a good hat.
Mm-hmm.
Love
I
a
agree.
good hat.
Just tell me who dresses you.
But Helen helps me. Like, this is an outfit that when we first met, this is an outfit that Helen would have put together for me, and now I naturally gravitate that.
So
she loved me in a cardigan.
I feel like you dress to your personality.
Probably.
And I feel like I dress to my personality.
Probably.
And I think that's, if you dress into your personality, I think that's the best way to go.
Probably. Yeah, I know. I feel that.
So that's,
What's your style, babe? What would you say?
I have none.
Heels.
No, I used to be so, like in tune with like
the
what was
people
going
on tops, the
and
tops that were
everything.
belled out at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
And a big old necklace with lots of.
No, I never did that.
You don't like necklaces, huh?
No, I mean I like maybe this, but that's it.
So you feel like you're more casual, sporty?
I think like I'm more like casual.
Casual?
Yeah, like I love sweatpants.
Yeah.
I think it's just the time of year.
No, not even the summer. I still want sweatpants.
Nah, because as
I
soon
hate
as it
being
drops,
cold.
I'll be seeing you in them little bicycle shorts. You love you a good.
I mean the bicycle shorts, but for the most part, I want to be.
I'll be wearing Hooter shorts in the summer.
Oh, wow, y'all here.
No, I don't.
Y'all
I'm not mad
here
at
do
it.
wings different out here.
I'm mad at it.
Oh my God, you are lying.
Out here serving wings differently.
Now, our wives have collectively been trying to get us to do one thing the last few summers, Matt. What is that? We want to embrace the hoochie daddy short.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm there. I will admit, with a nice sneaker, which is so funny because for years we hit our socks, and now we want the crew sock look.
So I definitely rock socks with flip flops. I do that. My wife has gotten me to my shorts to my knees, just above the knees.
Matt's got a build on it.
Yeah, and that's coming along, and that's for me coming a long way. You know what I'm saying? She wants me to go to mid thigh, but I feel like if I get mid thigh shorts, she's in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. Matt said you're gonna have to be defending these cheeks in these streets.
Like, yo,
are you willing to put up for your man?
Yo, man. Yo,
we normally
mid thigh is gonna be like Game of Thrones.
What is it? Can your girl fight?
Yo,
can your man fight?
She have to learn.
Damn, bro. I said I'm doing y'all a favor.
Trying to help you out, man. I'm trying to help you out. Just leave me on my kneecaps and we good.
Listen, but I feel like we dress to our personality.
I think Matt would probably wear like the long shorts that came up to like mid calf.
Yo, did you wear the ones that had this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
With the strings, with the random strings that made no sense hanging from the bottom. What were the strings for?
That's a great question.
Do you know? Because I don't know.
I don't know. I can't lie.
In my head, I'm seeing Gerbeau shorts, bro. But you know what? The most criminal thing of all is I had a pair of cargo shorts just fucking like that.
Yeah.
And they were always the almost white tan colored ones. Did you go through a plaid short phase?
I did not go through plaid shorts.
I did. Helen bought me every pair of plaid shorts known to man in matching sets.
Yeah, no, I didn't go through plaid shorts. No.
You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Plaid shorts were a phase. Yeah, they were.
The ones that had the pleats.
Just plaid. Like, remember when plaid shorts in every color were the thing, and you had a matching T-shirt. If your plaid shorts had predominantly red, you had a red T-shirt for your plaid shorts.
Man, I had polos for days.
Did you do double polos?
No, thank God. No, I didn't do that. That ain't me.
You did layer?
I did the T-shirt underneath kind of joint. So yeah, you used to do that one.
The bigger T-shirt though. So the T-shirt broke up the sleeves.
Exactly. It used to come off the sleeves and used to come off the bottom. So you had your T-shirt showing.
I have it on good authority. Matt was a white blazer dude.
I sure was.
It was South Beach no matter where you were, huh, Matt?
Miami everywhere.
Matt was like, Tony Montana, ooh, I'm out here stunting. Yeah. I'm that man.
You know what I'm
Matt
saying?
you never a fedora though, right?
No.
Did you get to the crazy color?
You had the kangaroo though.
The Kangol.
Yeah, I had the Kangol.
You had a Kangol.
I had a Kangol, brief period.
Shout out to Kangol.
Yeah, you have to catch me. It had to be the right event, the right setup for me to really.
The setup was too.
Matt was like, "You want me to show out? I'm gonna show you out."
Yeah.
Man, a club hated to see Matt coming because it was a wrap.
I was ready. I was business. I was business. Don't let me in.
We grew up in the era that you wore business casual to the club. It was. But the thing was crazy color variants. Because when in a business setting, would you ever wear a fucking white blazer?
Yeah. We
wouldn't, but dudes had white blazers. Yep. They were the striped button-ups that were really loud. Mm-hmm. Like the colors were wild. And you were starching the fuck out of them cuffs on Friday night because they had to poke out of your blazer.
Yeah. Express was making so much money off of us.
Oh, that looked like that going to the mall.
Matt was in an Usher video 7 days a week.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I was out there.
You know why I know that? Because you sold cell phones.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yep.
Cell phone dudes who sold cell phones in the early to mid 2000s were a different fucking breed.
Bro, it was a crazy time. It was a crazy time because everyone was making money, and then when you could cut and make the ringtones for girls, it was over.
Matt was like dude from Boys to Men in the "I'll Make Love to You" video when he installs the alarm. He's like, "Here's my card if you need anything."
Yeah.
Not call customer service.
No.
Call me. You need a ringtone.
I'm all the service you need.
Here's my cell phone number. You know what? Yeah. I used to do that just being nice at Metro, and I had a couple. I had a couple real out of pocket people have my phone number, and I was like, "Oh fuck,
yeah,
damn it, bro!" Because now you calling me. I want to appreciate you for being on.
Yeah.
Before we go, we got 2 things we need to do. We didn't do it at the top of the episode.
Okay.
Crazy hypothetical. I was gonna ask you something out of pocket, but I shout out to my sister-in-law. I want to be nice.
Yeah, I need to live.
You gotta lock your wife in a room full of spiders for 24 hours.
Okay.
But if you're willing to be the one to click the lock closed, at the end of it, you get $1 million.
I gotta lock her in spiders?
In a room full of spiders.
Click clack. Click clack. Click clack.
Bye.
Spin the wheel.
How pissed do you think she's gonna be?
She ain't gonna be pissed when we cut the check. What you talking about?
That's gonna be paid for therapy.
Yeah, what's no problem, babe? I got you.
It's fine.
It's on me.
I'll see you on the other side. You want me to get you a snack?
Cool.
Love you. Bye.
How long you gotta be locked up?
24 hours.
24 hours, babe.
That room, those spiders
babe.
popping.
I will kill you.
You lock me in a room full of cockroaches, I promise we're getting divorced. And I'm taking the $1 million.
And listen, $1 million for me, cockroaches. Put whatever you want. $1 million. Bro.
You're willing to tolerate them crawling all over your body for that much?
$1 million? Absolutely.
You don't think you're a little traumatized by that? No. So you don't mind bugs?
$1 million? I don't mind anything for $1 million. Not everything's for sale.
Not everything.
But a lot of things for $1 million. Like I said, a lot of things can be bought for $1 million.
Matt's going out in a romper and Tim's. He's walking these streets like a bad bitch.
Wait, but is it like
cheers?
The romper is like the shorts?
It's a hoochie daddy romper.
$1 million, people lying to themselves.
He's gonna look like Beyonce from the Crazy in Love video.
Listen, $1 million.
I mean, yeah.
$1 million.
I don't know if I could do bugs, but
would you be mad at me if you know we're getting $1 million at the end of it? Or
if I tell you $1 million, like we got this. You gotta sleep with some spiders. Yes.
I don't think I ever recover from the feeling of feeling like it. No.
I'll make your feelings go away when we go away on vacation. What are we talking about here?
$1 million.
I might knock out my mom for $1 million. Like, you kidding me? What are we talking about? Yes, Mom, I'll give you some bread. I got you.
Chantel's listening to this episode right now. Like,
yeah, but she knows it's true. She knocked herself out for $1 million.
She was like, "I love you, but I can't.
I'll be so
I can't do this for you. I can't put you in that position."
Yeah.
If she was like, "No, Matt, I can't."
Like, you need to suck it up.
Matt would be like, "I put myself in the room with spiders. Don't worry about her."
She would expect me to be in a room full of spiders. So
you're not worried about it at all.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
what about you?
No hesitation.
You putting me in the room?
Yeah.
Y'all are tripping.
My problem is I don't know if I can explain to y'all the level of fear that I have for cockroaches, especially like palmetto bugs. You're right. So he asked you crazy hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Chili's getting pushed into the room.
No questions asked.
That's gonna be $1 million.
Slap her on the butt. Get in there, girl.
Bye, baby. I'll buy you all the 11s you could ever want.
Whatever you want, girl.
Whatever you need.
I'm locked up.
Oh shit, a sing along.
Yeah. She gonna be locked up. I don't care.
That's like, I'll come check on you.
Yeah, I'll knock on the door.
I got a bathrobe for you. I'll bring all the raid you could ever want.
Like, boo, you want a conjugal?
That's like, I'll go in there with you. Like, it's okay.
It's $1 million. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Next thing, what's going triple platinum in your Apple Music right now?
Ooh,
that's got great taste in music, y'all. Man, we share that. I'm big on music.
Right now, right? Like this moment.
What do you recommend? So I've been listening to a lot of Chewy right now, the Puerto Rican artist. Love that. But then I'm also in my island vibe because in my head it's summer already. So like BL, Frente al Mar, that's my song of the week. I'm going to just throw it out there now. Okay. Song of the week is BL, Frente al Mar for me. What's your song of the week?
I don't know if I have a song of the week. I can tell you I've been impressed with one album which I thought I would never give a chance to was Big X The Plug.
Not
He's
heard
one
it.
of those newer
These
school
young rappers?
rappers. But I ain't gonna lie, I liked his vibe.
Okay.
I was impressed. It's normally a thing. I'm very picky with music. Natalie will tell you.
Yeah.
I come up from the 90s, 2000s era.
We're a tough group in general when it comes to music. I think we collectively, probably our cultural minglings, we all have good taste. But if you can impress this group, anybody in this group,
yes,
on the ox,
yeah,
you got fire taste in music.
Yes,
and it happens occasionally.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, if I let you hop on the speaker with your playlist, you better be right. I'll cut you off in a heartbeat.
So Big X the Plug. That's
Big X the Plug is his album.
Any song in particular? Or your track number even?
I think it was his third track. I gotta look at the name.
Do you remember when new music used to come out on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
I tell people that and they look at me like I got 10 heads, and I'm like, before the streaming era, new music came out on Tuesdays and you were at Best Buy or, oh my God, why is the name escaping me now? The giant, sometimes it was like two-store, FYE.
Oh, yeah.
You was getting your CDs on Tuesday.
That was a big thing.
You was picking it up because you had to have some dope shit to play in your car.
Yeah, that was
Friday.
a big thing.
What's your song of the week? What are you really into?
Oh, you know what? I got to add, though. So The Weeknd's album came out.
Oh, I have complicated feelings about The Weeknd.
I don't know if I like...
think it wasn't that bad.
I don't like the album in its complete, how some people are jumping all over it, but the first track with the Thriller sample...
Yeah, that was good. I fucks with it.
I fucks with that.
All right. So you heard it here. Big X the Plug. Check out the Weeknd album, Helen.
I really haven't been listening to just one thing. I kind of listen to everything. Because whatever you listen to, I listen to.
Do you like what I listen to?
Sometimes.
Saturday that is going hard in R. You don't like that kind of music at all, but they put out an album that Axel and I are on that wave right now. That album's good. They did like the Mexican, but it's like trap too.
Yeah.
Oh, good shit. I'll play you a few.
Yeah, you gotta throw some of that out.
So, Fuerza Regida, BL Frente al Mar's got like an Afro beats vibe to it. I don't know if you've heard it. It's play your sample. We'll get a live reaction from Matt.
I did like Central C did a song with Young Miko.
I haven't listened to it.
That was a good. Yeah, that's my vibe, man. Any type of song where I could just listen to that beat and just vibe outdoor, like chilling. All
right, so that's what was scoring triple platinum in your playlist right now.
Yeah.
And that Bruno Mars.
Yo, people hating Bruno Mars, man. Bruno Mars, he got a hit, man.
You know what? If Bruno Mars is smart, and this is where I always say I would have loved to have worked in A&R, which is a dying field sometimes. Yeah. These days, it's a lot harder.
Yep.
If I worked in A&R back in the day, if I'm Bruno Mars A&R, I'm getting a remix with Too Short on it. I'm doing a remix with Too Short on it and E40. That's kind of like that hyphy shit.
I feel like he got like that strip club song, so I feel like you should call T-Pain.
T-Pain's good. Listen, you do what they used to do back in the day. You get an East Coast and a West Coast remix. So you're whatever. You're down south. You're dirty south. You do a remix with T-Pain and Ludacris. Because Luda could kill that beat.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Luda could kill that beat. You get Luda and T-Pain on the Dirty South remix. Yeah. Maybe you have Jermaine Dupri chop up the beat a little bit for like Luda's portion to give it that extra. You could do an East Coast version and get some of the like sturdy dudes. I wouldn't do drill.
No, yeah.
But maybe like you know who would probably do great on a East Coast version? I think, believe it or not, ASAP Rocky or Joey Badass. Joey Badass would kill an East Coast version of that.
Yeah, big up to Joey Badass. I like you wanting that smoke, Joey Badass. I'm here for it.
I fucks with it.
Yeah.
He called out Kendrick.
Yeah,
that's brave.
I'm here for
I could even see Big Sean on it, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Big Sean. And then you get your West Coast version, which is the Supreme remix, and it's Too Short and E40. Because just imagine on that, if I do say one.
Yeah, no.
Yo. E40 had a moment. He's had multiple moments.
He's got the longevity that goes with him. He's just like a staple.
And if you really want to get crazy, although if we go back to the theme of this episode overall, right, he might be canceled. Snoop.
Ooh. Yeah.
Cancel Snoop.
Yeah, pre-crypto Snoop.
So, but you see what I'm saying? Like, that's a vision, and that's the shit that we were fortunate enough to have in the early 2000s. You would get 4 remixes to a song.
We sure would.
Battle of the Coasts.
You would literally have a playlist with 4 sons in there, same songs.
And every version was like, you know what's so the South had a run, man.
South did have a run.
You remember when Jeezy was like, what does he say? All I know is it's like, been getting paper.
Yeah.
You was losing your shit in the club. That crazy.
Boosie wiped me down to this day. Will have me brushing my shirt.
I can't stand Boosie, man.
Yeah, but Boosie wipe me down.
What is it? Shoulders, shirt, pants, shoes.
There you go.
Shoulders, shirt. That's some shit. Fuck Boosie though. Biggest homophobe on the planet. Fuck you, Boosie.
He is. Yo, Boo, he tripping. That's your daughter, man. You love your daughter no matter what. Shut up.
Fuck up, Boosie.
Move on. Simple.
That's it.
Simple.
You canceled on this podcast. You probably never hear this shit. Watch this go viral on Baller Alert last night. Podcaster calls out Boosie. You homophobic as fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And Boosie, you asking for a Trump pardon, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. You whack as fuck.
Come on, bro.
Your music's, listen, you had a moment. That's why your only moment.
I respect you hip-hop wise, but come on, bro.
Yeah, when he did that shit with Webby.
Yeah.
That was that.
Come on, bro.
INDEP.
He got some hits. He had some hits.
Fuck Boosie. We're going to say it again.
Listen, man, it's tough out. It is tough out here. I heard you stands for R. Kelly, man.
Oh my God!
I know.
What?
Listen, I heard you stands for R. Yo, listen.
Wasn't he the one defending Diddy too? Jesus Christ!
R.
Boosie's
Kelly catalog is tough not to dance to. That's where it comes. It comes
That's
tough.
Why I haven't played it. He's gone.
Comes tough. R. Kelly catalog is.
As I've deleted him. I've deleted him from my catalog. I can't do it.
You're lie. You better than me. R. Kelly, you nasty, bro. You tripping, you nasty, but damn,
fuck R. Kelly.
You made good music, bro. I can't hold you.
Yeah,
Diddy tripping. He didn't do nothing. He tripping. Fuck Diddy.
None of his music was substantial. That's what Matt meant when he said he didn't do nothing. Not that he didn't do nothing. Diddy did what he did.
Did what he did. Nah, he didn't do nothing.
He means he didn't do nothing of significance. Yeah, we're not missing no Diddy tracks.
Ain't nobody
Nobody's
tripping.
Crying over All About the Benjamins remix.
All they ever did is fucking dance.
That's it. And everybody wrote their verse for him.
Yeah, so and he stole money from all his artists. So fuck Diddy. Yeah. Fuck R. Kelly. Just to be clear though, fuck R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, you nasty, bro.
And fuck Boosie.
Boosie, man.
Man, to be clear, you can catch the smoke no matter where you from. I do not.
Fuck Carrie Underwood. I'll make it even. Fuck Carrie Underwood.
Fuck Nicky Jam.
Yeah.
Who's a bit? Yeah.
Fuck Nicky Jam.
Fucking Anuel though.
Fuck Anuel. Fuck Nicky Jam.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the other dude that was at the Justin Quiles?
Nicky Jam, they thought you was a female singer, bro.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yo.
She's so hot.
Just so you know, bro.
Never met a hotter woman. Fucker, you dumbass.
Fuck rappers who want like, yo, Trump's my guy.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I'm not trying to be Gucci. Yeah, the Gucci shit too.
Ooh.
Yo, he's just a bitch. You don't know what it is. Lil Wayne stupid too.
Bro.
Love Lil Wayne. Dumb.
Matt, one thing I've learned from Matt, he's not afraid to tell you dumb.
You dumb.
You fucking up in life, you'll be like, you're
dumb.
Stupid. And that might be why Matt gets in trouble sometimes, but
I am what I am. I am what I am.
I can admire that, man. My brother used to give similar advice. Matt gives big brother energy because he is a big brother. Just that energy of like, I'm gonna tell you when you fucking up. I said this when I spoke at my brother's funeral service. Rest in peace to my brother.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, my brother passed away a few months ago, and I'm gonna talk about it. One of our episodes is dropping on his birthdays. We're having the conversation then. I feel like I'll be ready by then. But my brother, one of the biggest pieces of advice that I think I still adhere by, and probably why I'm so nice, air quotes. My brother looked at me once and he goes, "You got a spotlight on you. Wait till the spotlight. If you're gonna fuck up, wait till the spotlight is off you and then fuck up." He's like, "But when you got a spotlight on you, stop.
Yeah.
Think. You're too smart to be making stupid decisions all the time." I still, to this day, I hear that in the back of my head sometimes. It's like, you're too fucking smart to be making stupid decisions. And again, without getting too much into it, I have it on good authority that, like, one of the things that my brother was proud of me for in life was that I stood my ground. And when I stand on 10, I stand on 10.
Yeah. That's the dopest thing you can do.
That's it.
When you stand on business and stand on 10 toes,
fuck Boosie. No, I'm fucking.
You are authentic. I think that's what we need to strive to be in life, is to be authentic.
If I stand on 10, you could disagree with me.
Yeah.
Cool. and if I ever have argued or debated you, I'm just gonna throw it out there now. If I've ever argued or debated you, it's I don't walk away from that. Very rarely do I walk away from that these days. One is fuck you for life.
Yeah.
I could say fuck you to people like Boosie that because he's just never gonna change, and it's shitty.
Yeah.
Boosie's homophobic.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm saying fuck Boosie is very homophobic. He has a
Wasn't
lesbian
Boosie-
daughter.
Wasn't Boosie gay?
No, his daughter.
Oh.
His
His
daughter
daughter's
is
gay,
Yeah.
and
he doesn't accept
left,
that.
right. And
Yeah.
Boosie's suspect with his other kids because a lot of what he does is abuse.
Yeah.
I think he hired, allegedly, although it was like on Instagram, he hired strippers or prostitutes to take
For
his son's
his
virginity.
14, yeah.
14.
14 or 15-year-old son.
That's child abuse.
Oh my god!
Right?
Yeah.
I can understand that kids that age are probably exploring. If they come to that on their own with a woman who's their age, it is far different than you hiring. That's child abuse.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, fuck Boosie, because first of all, that is child abuse. Second, it's rooted in misogyny. Third, you're really fucking those kids up for life. Fourth, fuck you, because as a parent, my son can do a million things, and my son is working on himself every day. And we've had hard moments with him. Hard moments. I'm never gonna stop loving my son.
Yeah. No matter what.
I'm never.
My kid's my kid. I'm gonna love him. Love both of them.
We're not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna excuse your behavior. You fucking up. I'm gonna be the first to be like, you're fucking up.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting my son off.
I am.
Helen says that she's a big softie.
She's a softie. So like I me and you are on the same wavelength in the sense that when we have these conversations with anybody or whatever, people want to talk about how we feel about certain things. There's never an intention to disrespect you per se. I don't think we don't go with the mindset to disrespect you. Even if we have a debate, my intention is not to disrespect you. My intention is to provide some facts. I always make sure in any debate I'm prepped. When I tell you I'm ready for the smoke, I am ready for the smoke. And so it's not a disrespect. I think it's just more like, yo, there's 2 sides or 3 sides to the damn story. And you can't just be focused on one. So,
and you know what's crazy? I recently realized there are things in life that are hard truths.
Yeah.
When you deal in abuse, when you deal in mistreating children, when you deal in being discriminatory in any way.
Yeah.
Race, disability, creed, color, whatever, sexual orientation.
Yeah.
Especially like I'm saying now again, this is if you thought I wouldn't say some shit like this on this podcast, you're on the wrong fucking podcast. Shout out to my trans brothers and sisters. They're going through some terrible shit. Only further complicated by just a fucked up world in general. Like, shout out to my trans brothers and sisters. They're going through their shit right now.
Yeah.
I stand on business with things like that because I think that it draws a line in the sand, right? I'm never gonna waver. Again, I can respect. If somebody has a different point of view, I can say, hey, we're just going to have to agree to disagree. There are certain things, to your point, you had to block somebody because at some point, if you really dig in and you're militant or you're very specific or you're diehard in a way that is too much for me, I have to do what's right for my mental health.
Yeah.
I have to do it right. Like, loving you won't destroy me.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And so far, I've come to terms with that for certain people, but thankfully it hasn't been anybody yet like I admire, which is just a tough decision to make. I haven't had to do that yet with anybody who's super, super close to me.
Yeah.
Thankfully, like, we can have respectful discourse and understand when it's probably time to back off the conversation. But I try to take pride in the fact that nobody in my life has to question what I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Damn, it's a great way to end the show.
It is, man. It is. Hey, listen, man. Peace and love.
I love that.
That's all we need, man. Just understand each other, bring peace to everybody. No matter what side you on, just respect, man.
Reverend Shuck.
That's it, man. Just respect, man. That's all.
Matt, this is the point of the show where I ask, tell the people if they want to find you, where could they find you? Where could they follow you? If you like, you don't have to say that. You can say you choose to leave it a mystery, but I always ask, give a chance.
Yeah, I'm easy to find. You can find me on Instagram. That's probably your best course of action. Shuck, SHUCK 0301. I'm happy to be on the show. This was a blast.
It was a great episode.
I had fun. And like I said, I'm an open book. So reach out to Nat or myself on Instagram if you want to comment certain topics that you want to hear from both of us and have that conversation between us, I'd be happy to do that.
We definitely have planned to have you back closer to football season. This is gonna be a much different episode because we're really gonna dig into sports. Matt is methodical.
Yeah.
Matt is. You'll find the podcast on Instagram at Friends Like Mine Pod. That's Friends Like Mine POD. You can find us on X or Twitter if you're still living in reality, and that is at FLM_POD. Shout out once again to Jalen. Jalen's not here. She wished us a great episode. She's sad she missed it. We'll make sure to have her on next time you're around.
Jalen, you missed a good one, girl.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I need some smoke with Jalen. So I definitely got.
I'm about to FaceTime her. Yeah, she's probably hanging out with Bad Bunny. Yeah. But shout out to Jalen. So again, that's at FLM_pod. You can catch us. Listen, y'all. You can catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, and special announcement, we now have a YouTube channel. So if you want to pop us onto your YouTube, please do so. Listen, we're here to keep bringing you quality content. It's really, really important. You follow us, help grow our following, help grow our episode count. We hit 200 streams this week. I think that's a big deal. Yeah. Shout out to our listeners in Russia. Strangely enough,
Russia.
9.3% of our listeners come from Russia. There's a random fact for you. So shout out to those listeners. Hope you're enjoying the show. We have some listeners in Guatemala. I want to shout them out as well. Appreciate the love to our friends in Puerto Rico and all across the world, the country. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode of Friends Like Mine.